Okay, hello. I'm starting the blog all over again. Some of you who followed last time remember I had a blog called Faithing in the Heartland, My Journey to the 2015 Parliament of the World's Religions, and that parliament was held in Salt Lake City. Well, it was just recently announced that the Parliament of the World's Religion will reconvene in Toronto, first week of November 2018. And so this blog is going to be my journey, my preparation, my getting excited for the Parliament, spreading the word about the Parliament. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Carl Jylland-Halverson. I'm a clinical psychologist and a professor in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm also an ambassador to the Parliament of the World's Religion, and I serve on the Ambassador Advisory Council. This blog, however, is not an official organ of the Parliament. It's just my journey, my reflections, my excitement, my imperfections. Um, anyway, so like I said, I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I moved here. I thought it was a pretty, well, not a particularly diverse city, and I couldn't have been more wrong. We have people from all over Africa. We have one of the largest Burmese populations in the world, and we have Vietnamese and Laotians and Mexicans and Central Americans and Europeans, and outside we have Amish and Mennonite, and we have a strong Miami presence, and so we have a lot of ethnic diversity and a lot of religious diversity. We have Buddhist temples and Sri Lanka, Sikh gurdwaras and mosques and synagogues and lots of Protestant churches. We used to be called the City of Churches. Now I think we're called the City of Faiths. We have Catholic churches and a beautiful cathedral. We have Orthodox churches. And so I'll be using this blog as an opportunity to visit as many houses of worship as I can and to interview people who have their own core religious identity but have chosen to be involved in the interfaith movement to build bridges and to communicate with others and make a stronger community. Our city annually has a day of prayer, which is all different faiths, and also a interfaith Thanksgiving, which is a beautiful event. So I'll go to festivals. We have lots and lots of festivals, and I'll go to vigils when we have them, and I'll just talk to folks. Next week we have Arab Fest, and we have Vesak, which is Buddha's birthday, and so I'll be going to both of those. You'll notice behind me I have a wall of Buddhas because I'm involved with a number of Buddhist communities here, and I also have a wall of crosses because I'm a Roman Catholic secular Franciscan. But you'll notice I'm wearing a kapha, and that is because last year I made a decision to wear these in public for a year between Ramadan to Ramadan in solidarity with our Muslim brothers and sisters, to say they're not terrorists, they are neighbors, they are our neighbors, they are Americans. And it seems really appropriate that I'm starting the blog right now. One, because we just got the announcement that the Parliament's going to be in Canada, but also this past weekend, Christians were killed in Egypt, and then there was that vicious attack in Portland, Oregon, real Islamophobia, and then the attack at the concert in Manchester, England. And so I think it's really important that we stand in solidarity, that we identify brothers and sisters who are people of peace, who worship a god or gods or a concept of values that says we're all in this together. And so anyway, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing interviews, and I'll be posting music videos that I think are really kind of exemplify faith, and I'll be going to different holidays around town, and as I travel outside of the city and outside the country, I'll use that as an excuse to do more recording for the blog as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about the Parliament. Last time we had 10,000 participants from 80 countries, and at least 50 different faiths were represented. These were major international faith leaders. There were almost 1,000 workshops. There were Nobel laureates who spoke. There were concerts and museum artifacts and dancing and food and worship every day, every faith you can imagine. And there were main themes of the role of women in faith and treatment of indigenous peoples and climate change and how do we address these as people of faith from all over the world. I'm sure that those issues will be addressed at the next Parliament. I suspect that other issues will also be addressed. I'm hoping that refugees will be addressed because one, it's such a big problem, and it's not just a problem with Syria; it's a problem all over the world. This is probably the worst problem with refugees since World War II. And I'm really glad that the Parliament is in Canada, since Canada has had an exemplary uh, response to welcoming um, people to their shores. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be interviewing and celebrating and eating and praying and meditating with brothers and sisters all over Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then on my way to Canada. And I hope you join me in this, and I hope that you make comments and you make contributions and you make suggestions, and we can journey on this to the 2018 Parliament of the World's Religion in Toronto, Ontario, Canada together. Take care. Namaste.